Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the facilitators of attack. So we are going to look at an example where we see one of the facilitators of attack. We know there are several conditions which facilitate an attack. It could be control of open files, occupation of 7th and 8th ranks. Today we are going to look at a game based on the concept of outpost. Outpost is such a square which is usually on the open file and supported by a pawn. So here white has got a splendid square in the center, that is on e5. White is not well, we can say, ahead in development, but black's king position is bit congested over here. So seeing these factors, white thinks of getting permanent control of e5. Means he wants to get this knight to e5, this g1 knight to f3, and then plan some assault on the black king. Black normally in these kind of positions would like to break the center. So here white goes with the move knight e5, sacrificing the pawn on d4 without wasting any time. So queen takes d4, bishop c3, this was the idea. White guards b2, protects the knight on e5, attacks the queen. So queen goes back to d8, white plays knight f3. All as per his idea. Instant rook d1 was also a decent choice, but white is in a hurry to support the knight on e5 and he has one idea of his own. Black goes knight e8, knight is aiming to come to d6, and soon black wants to play the move b5. So queen is getting a place on c7 now. Instant rook d1 would allow qc7, and soon black wants to play b5. Even if he sacrifices a pawn on b5, we'll see this bishop coming to b7, and the e4 square is what he is looking to control. So white didn't want to allow rook d1, qc7 to black. So he goes for a forced way here, seeing that b5, b4 is coming up very quickly. So he goes with the move g4. This move is especially very dangerous because already black has moved the pawn to h6. So movement of one of the pawns on the king side, it weakens the square next to it. See, if h6 is moved, generally we see g6 is weak. Another, the pawn on h6 itself becomes target, like b into h6, like sacrifice. And third, the move g5, usually if it's a double attack, then the effectiveness of g5 is more because of the pawn on h6. Black goes b5 instantly. He wanted to meet nc6 with qc7. After ne7, queen e7, still white has some edge, but then the point of g4 is pretty useless over there. So white goes with his idea g5, h takes g5, almost forced, and knight takes g5. Now black wants b4, but ab, then he cannot do ab because a8 hangs. So he plays rook a6. Many people think that c6 is getting protected by rook a6, but that is not the real point. Real point is he wants to play b4 without leaving the rook hanging. So now the a6 rook is supported by the c8 bishop. White could well do here cb, ab, qb5, but then all the initiative would be lost. The d5 square would fall instantly into black's hand. So white goes queen f3. The queen is eyeing the h7 square now. Black plays b4. Both are trying to create their attacks, but white's attack is directly over the black king. Now comes queen h3. Very well timed, we must say. White had calculated at least from b5 onwards that black's b4 will fall a move short. We can see that b takes c3 instantly loses. There are a couple of ways actually. After bishop h7 check, if knight h7, then qh7 mates. And after king h8, there are two ways. One is knight ef7, rook f7, knight gf7 mate. And other is knight gf7, rook f7, knight g6, also checkmate. So both are checkmates. Black had to go g6. Now we can easily make out it's almost game over. There is nothing much left here. All white has to do is find proper set of moves and finish off the game. Here comes another blow. Bishop takes g6. See the assault ratio here. White's attackers are 5 and barely there are a couple of defenders. So the assault ratio is highly in white's favor. After f takes g6, white wins instantly. Knight g6, threatens mate on h8. So kg7 forced, but now the f6 knight gets pinned. So QH7 checkmate. B takes C3. Here white can win in several ways. Tal chose the move knight EF7 and the point is simple. White is ready to allow QD8 check, but here there is no defense now. After rook F7 there will be BF7. So first QD2 check, king F1, threat is QH8 now. So compelled to take rook F7, bishop takes F7, KG7 forced, king F8 allows, QH8, knight G8, QG8 waits, and now rook G1. If bishop moves to C5, then knight F3 check and white can take the queen. But otherwise, to a move like CB2, we can try to mate him directly. So there can be the move NF3. So after CB2, there will be NF3 check, king takes F7, knight E5 check, king F8 and queen H8. White's next move. If king H8 F8 directly, then queen H8 check, KF7, knight E5 checkmate. It's game over now, but black sets a final trap. Queen takes G5, rook takes G5, king takes F7. The point is that if now queen takes C3, we see that there is a huge imbalance in the position. There will be knight E4, and if queen F3 check, then the E8 knight comes to F6. And we see that because of ND2 check, knight G5, the exchange has to be given up and there will be a serious imbalance in the position. Maybe white is a bit better, but it will become very unclear. So Tal simply goes with the move B takes C3. Black chooses to resign here. See the huge material deficit, rook for rook, and for 4 minor pieces there is queen and rook, which is a bit too much, we would say. White can get his a rook to d1 and queen d3 and penetrate from the square g6, which would win the game. Apart from that, after qd3, white can go h4, h5, h6. This pass pawn also will be very difficult to handle. So gradually we are getting into more factors which determine or help us create a strong attack. I hope you are liking these lessons. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.